Have you ever been in your most vulnerable state and you're worried what people might think about you and you just want to hide in some small dark corner where nobody can find you, see you, and just anything? Well, I'm in that state right now and I'm making a video. So let's have this journey together. Hello everyone, I'm Durey or Durkook or whatever you like to call me. I post Cozy Saturdays videos where I talk about everything emotional. My channel is basically based on book and anything artistic, like book, movies, anything, basically anything creative, not artistic, creative. Well, creative and artistic are the same thing. Anyways, you get the point. If you check out my channel, you know what it is about, and whatever you like, whatever interests you, for that you can subscribe. So today, I don't know what episode of course that this is now, but today I want to talk about vulnerability. Basically, I didn't had anything to talk about for this Saturday, and I wasn't going to make a video. I was going to make another video on meditations or something about my bookish takes and something like that. But I realized, why didn't I want to make a cozy Saturday video, and why not talk about that? And that is vulnerability. Now, if you can see, what could be more cozier than being comfortable? So I washed my face like at 5 in the morning when I woke up, and it's 10:30 right now, and I haven't washed it again for this video or tried to do anything extra. I just tied my hair, and these clips that were given to me yesterday by my aunt, they're still on my head. So yes, physically I'm in a very vulnerable phase. Physically, like you can see, you wouldn't find many people just waking up. Well, I didn't wake up like this. I woke up, washed my face in the morning, did all the routine and everything, applied sunblock and everything. But right now it's been like, it was 5 in the morning when I did that, and now it's 10:30. Yes, I'm an early riser. So it's been that long, but just this doesn't come to you like opening a camera when you don't feel your prettiest. So the reason why I decided to do it like this is because, well, why not? We are talking about vulnerability. Anyways, I just didn't want to talk about physical vulnerability. I also wanted to talk about emotional vulnerability today. And in the last few weeks, I haven't been my best self. Let's just say that. I've had plenty of emotional breakdowns, and those emotional breakdowns, some of them happen in front of people, while some happen in the loneliness of my room. And I realized that when my mom was asking me, like, what's wrong, talk to me, and everything, I realized that I have stopped being vulnerable in front of people that actually care, because I'm even scared of being vulnerable in front of people that love me. I'm scared of sharing my emotions. And slowly, even at the alone time, I'm forcing myself to be happy. Like, I'm forcing myself to be happy in front of others, because now I'm scared of being vulnerable even in the loneliness of the dark when there's no one around. I don't know if this is happening with others too, but what best way to face your vulnerability than being on YouTube and talking about it? So I started this video. I really didn't thought this topic through while opening my phone, and I just clicked play and started recording. So I don't know what I'll be saying. I have no points written down. Like I said, this is the most vulnerable video. I never had actually points written down, but this time it's not like a topic I thought through or what I wanted to say about this topic. So in the past few days, like I said, I've been feeling really bad. I really don't know what I was feeling, but I felt like I was falling down from a cliff. It was just like that. It was awful. I've had really bad anxiety, and I've mentioned it in the past. Even though my life in general, if you see, is going in a really good direction. So why I was feeling like I didn't know where I was going, what was happening, what's going on in my life. It was a feeling of being lost. I wanted to cry, but for me there was no reason to cry. And that was the feeling of being lost, like where am I going? Like right now, if you see from an outsider's perspective, my life is going well. Like it's going in the right direction. I should be thankful for it, and I am thankful for it. It's not that I'm not thankful for it. But the last few days was such an emotional wreckage for me. If you see me like in person, you'd be like, I'm doing so well because I was laughing, I was going out, I was shopping and everything else. But inside, I was like, how can I control this from what's happening inside me, what's happening in here? How can I control this? And I was losing control of everything around me until I noticed, until I realized that I can't really control everything around me. Like I'm trying so hard to control something that I don't know even know is happening. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you right now. But like I said, this video is not going to make any sense right now. This video is not going to make any sense at all. We need to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, even if it's something that we cannot explain in words. And people to whom someone is being vulnerable to, please don't expect them to make any sense. Because sometimes something that someone is going through is so much that they cannot put it in words and explain it to you, but they want to be vulnerable in front of you. They want to release all that energy that's inside them, and they don't know how to say it without sounding maybe you know sounding weird. Let's just finish the sentence with that. One of some of my fears when I'm being vulnerable, let me just, and maybe it's some of your fears as well. Some of my fears while being vulnerable about my feelings in front of others is, what if that person thinks I am attention seeking? What if that person thinks I'm faking my pain, or I'm over dramatic, overacting, or I'm just following a trend? It's so difficult if these fears are going in your head while you're trying to speak up about what you're feeling. Especially if these fears are not like, they didn't come from nowhere. It's something you've been told before, that what you're feeling is being dramatic, overthinking from my past video. Sometimes they're not coming from a specific place, and sometimes it's coming from a place that you can't really talk to someone about, but you just want to cry in front of someone. So if someone does that to you, please don't expect them to make any sense. Don't give advices, just listen, be there, because sometimes that's all someone wants. Well, that's from the listener's perspective that I wanted to talk about. To the people who are facing this, and myself, like I said, the last few days were awful for me. I was getting angry at every single thing. I wasn't aware of what was going inside my head and how to, you know, deal with those emotions. So I was getting angry at everything, fighting with everyone. Everyone was wrong. Everyone was wrong in my head, even though they weren't really. So sometimes you need to really understand those feelings, really like acknowledge those feelings. And the best way to do that is to be vulnerable. Because when you start speaking, even if you start writing and speaking, and you're letting writing, many people say do write these, but writing is very slow. When you're speaking, you're letting those thoughts out, and there would be a point when you wouldn't know, when you have actually started speaking about the feelings that you didn't even know you were dealing with. You take it all out, you start talking it out. And for me, yes, I do it alone and I still have trouble talking about it with people. But even if you're alone, speak a little in a whisper. Don't speak in your head. Speak in a little, even whisper or a little louder, so that your mouth is doing the talking. Alright? Do it like your mouth is doing the talking, and then slowly you'll start talking about the things that are just inside. If you believe in God, imagine you're talking to God, but talk it out. Maybe if you're scared of talking it out to someone else, talk it out to yourself into the darkness, in a dark room maybe, or just go under this open sky where there's no one. We have rooftops over here, or a balcony or somewhere. Go there and talk it out. If you have a pet, talk it out to that pet. Just take it out, because you won't be able to figure out your emotions if you don't let it out, speak it out. Some people say write it down. For me, writing it down, I've been writing things down since the very beginning. Yes, writing down helps. Don't think about, only writing down only helps if you're not thinking about, oh, is the grammar right, oh, is this spelling right. Sometimes when I reread my diaries, don't do that, by the way, don't try to reread your diaries. That doesn't help, for me at least. Sometimes when I'm trying to reread my diaries, I don't even understand what I wrote, because I would be jumping through sentences. I'd be making grammatical errors, I'd be making spelling errors. Sometimes I'd be speaking in English, and sometimes I'd be writing in English, and sometimes I'd switch to my native language. Like there'll be switches happening. That's why they're called diaries. That's why they're called your personal journals. They're not for everyone else. So you don't have to make it right. It's just your emotional dump, your emotional vomit, your word vomit. So it's either talking it out, writing it out, whatever you're doing, just dump it out somewhere. If it's not in front of a person, do it in silence or somewhere. Just dump these things out, so they are out of your system. Your brain thinks you have actually covered it up. I don't know whose short I was watching. This is the thing with shorts, right? I hate these brain rot shorts. This is the thing with shorts, you forget who was speaking. Anyways, I was listening to this one person, and he said that when we are overthinking something, we need to just write it down, because it's actually your brain problem solving, because it doesn't know how to solve this issue, so it's continuously repeating. So when you write it down somewhere, or just take it out of your system, your brain thinks that you have solved that problem. So whenever something is going on inside you, just speak it out, say it out loud, be vulnerable, even if it's just to yourself, but be vulnerable. Also, I've seen this thing that there's a lot of pressure on people to be right, even though nowadays mental health has been in talks more often. People are being more open about talks about mental health, but at the same time, it feels like there's still not enough. There's still this pressure to be perfect in our society. Even though people are like, You can be vulnerable, you can be whatever you want, but as an individual, there'll still be pressure to be that perfect image in front of others. Like, why do I have to worry about what my nails look like? Why do I have to be worried about if my hair is brushed correctly? If I'm in such a bad state and I just want to talk in front of the camera, I should do it. I should be able to do it. Why do I have to worry about how I'm looking right now? Well, in the past many videos I didn't really care about that. That's not the issue with me, but it is with people. Why do I have to worry about what's behind me? Like, does my background look good or not? Does the lighting look good or not? While recording, why do I have to worry about, will this video do good? Will this video bore people? I'm not making these videos to, well, I am making somewhat these videos for people to really like get help, but I'm also making these videos for myself, for being that vulnerable self, because right now that I'm saying this, I know for sure there's someone else feeling this way too. And I know this video is not going to help them at all. It's just my own word moment that I'm doing on YouTube that is accessible to anyone and literally everyone. But what's wrong with that? Why can't I do that? Why do I have to think twice? Do I want to be vulnerable on the internet? Why has it become such a hard thing to not seem to be the strongest person alive in front of others? I can edit this video. I can cut out 1,000 things from this video. Every short break that I took during my talks. Everything. I can cut it out easily. But would this help me? Would this help the thing that I'm actually teaching, being vulnerable? Would this work with that? It wouldn't. It wouldn't be me being vulnerable if I cut out every pause I take during my conversation. Right? And by the way, I call myself Granny Nur, and I'm actually in my grandma's house right now. So, cozy Saturday with Granny Nur. Anyways, I don't know if I want to talk about this topic any further, or am I done with this topic? But maybe some other day when I'm feeling the same, I'll have this specific Cozy Saturday video where there's nothing I'm actually talking about. Just being vulnerable in front of y'all. So this was me, Durey or Durkook, or whatever you like to call me. If you're interested in anything that I make, whether it's Cozy Saturdays where I'm talking about emotional growth or everything else, or it's everything creative like books, writing, and movies and everything, whatever you like, you can like my channel, you subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Love you.